Welcome to Muskegon Area Intermediate School District's training program for school district staff that are providing Medicaid billable services. This session is about the Random Moment Time Study, or RMTS. The RMTS is one step in the process that Medicaid uses to determine the percentage of time school employees are involved in providing Medicaid billable services. Each quarter, all school districts in the state participate in this process, and staff record 12,000 moments in 4 different categories according to their service type. All of our staff who provide any Medicaid billable service are eligible each quarter to be selected to participate in the time study. So, if you provide ancillary special education services directly to students, if you are a school counselor, consultant, or administrator, if you provide personal care services to special education students, or if you are a special education teacher, you may be selected to participate in the Random Moment Time Study process. Here is how the time study works. A computer program randomly selects a number of school employees from each of the 4 groups. It is part of your job responsibility to participate in this survey if you are selected, and you will discover completing the time study is quite easy. If you are randomly selected to participate in the RMTS, you will receive a notification letter at your designated school building. The letter will include your unique username and password, along with directions on how to access the RMTS website. Be sure to keep the notification letter in a safe spot until your random moment occurs, and for a few weeks after you respond, just in case there are problems and you need to refile your responses. Make a note and be aware of the moment you've been assigned. When your moment occurs, or as close as possible, pull out your notification and make a note of what you were or are doing at the designated time and date on your notification letter. You can now report your activities at any time after your moment has occurred, night or day, 7 days a week. We need you to submit your information on the computer within 5 days after the assigned time and date moment by using your username and password. The best time to complete your time study report is within a few hours of your moment because your activities at the time will still be fresh. Follow the directions on your notification letter to log on to the web page and report your activity. Be sure to keep the information that you use to file your report for at least 5 weeks after your random moment has occurred. After you have logged your activities into the web page, you will be asked some questions. You will need to type in replies regarding your moment and what you were doing. You will be asked to report your work status. Were you working, or were you not working? If you were working, you will be asked a few more questions about your activity at the specific moment that is being surveyed. As a part of gathering the picture of what you were actually doing, you will be asked who you were with at your moment. Next, you will be asked what you were doing. If you are a direct provider like a PT, OT, social worker, or speech therapist, or if you provide direct personal care services and are working with or providing a therapy or evaluation for a special education student, write that as your answer. Be specific as to your activity. It doesn't matter if the child you are working with is Medicaid eligible or not. Do not use words like lesson plans or supervising. These terms are educational or unclear. The clearest answers use 1 or 2 sentences. In general, Medicaid will only reimburse for specific activities. Usually, a sentence or two is enough to simply yet thoroughly describe your activities during your random moment. But if you need to write more, go ahead. The most important thing is that you clearly describe what you were doing during your moment. Be sure not to use acronyms of educational jargon in your description of what you were doing. The more technical the language, the less likely it will be misunderstood. Parent-teacher conference could also be stated as reporting progress on child's goals and objectives to parents or other staff. Talking with speech therapist could also be stated as consulting with another service provider about student X. Next, you will be asked why you were doing the activity. Even though this seems obvious, answer the question with specific student-related information. Because it's my job is not an adequate answer. Try to answer explaining your relationship with a student or to a group of students, such as, because the activity is on the student's IEP, or this special education student needed to have services arranged. Question number 4 asks, does the student have an IEP in place for the service you are providing? For direct service providers and personal care providers, this is an easy yes or no question, with yes being the most likely response. If you are unsure, ask the student's special education teacher if the service is on the student's IEP. Special education teachers who are service coordinators and are writing up or reporting progress on IEP goals, arranging an IEP, or coordinating service with another service provider for a current special education student, the answer is also yes. For counselors, consultants, or administrators who may be working on activities addressing a wide range of students, the answer is probably no. Or you may want to choose NA if the activity is not related to students at all. When completing your RMTS, be accurate in your responses and be sure to log onto the website as soon as possible after your assigned random moment has occurred. Be sure to complete the entire survey to the very end. Although, if you need to stop in the middle of the survey, you may come back at a later time. On the final page, you will be asked to verify that your responses are accurate by checking a box. When the box is checked, the Submit button becomes available. If you fail to click this checkbox, the answers are not submitted and you must log on and redo the time study. After responses are successfully submitted, select the button that says Return to the main menu and log off. When you get to this point, your responses are all finalized and cannot be changed. If you have questions, you can always call the Muskegon ISD for help, or you may call PCG, the company who is reading your responses and compiling the results. PCG may contact you if they have any questions about your responses. Thank you for your attention to this program. You may return to this training session or to other sessions on our website to learn more about school-based Medicaid services.